Okay, so binomial expansions. We're talking about expanding brackets. And for most people, for most of you, when you expand brackets, you think of doing something like this. So that's two brackets multiplied together, a plus b times a plus b. Okay, and I'm sure you've done it enough times this year to know, without thinking too much, that you get a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, and then the next one down, well, you can check it if you like, you just do this one, the one above, and times it by a plus b, so expanding the brackets again. But what we want to do now is to find a theme, okay? So we're going to try and jump ahead a bit to a plus b to the power of 5. So let's look at what's going on here. So we always start with whatever this one is, the first one, a, to whatever this power is. Okay, so let's do that here. So that will give us a to the 5. Right, then we've got some number, we're not sure how to get that yet, okay? And then we've got a to 1 less than the power, so now it's up there, it's to the 2. And so for us, that's going to go to the 4. And now b gets a power. So actually we could put b0 here, and then b1. Okay, and then we, another gap, because we don't know how to get this, and then let's take one off the power here, and add one to this, and then take one away, add one to this power, and then a to the 1, now b to the 4, and finally a to the 0, b to the 5. Okay, so that's us following the pattern that we've learnt here in all of these. So you start off with a being to the power of 5 and b being to the power of 0. Then the power of a goes down and the power of b goes up. And this continues to happen for every term. But all the time, the sum of the powers is 5, which is this number here. So look, 5 plus 0, 4 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 2 plus 3, 1 plus 4, and 5 plus 0. Okay, so right, we want to work out this number, these numbers that go here. Okay, so as you can see here, I have highlighted in green these numbers, which are the numbers that we're looking for, and this, you might recognize it, is Pascal's triangle. And it works because we do 1, and then 1, 1, and then 1, 2, 1, so we're adding these two together to get the 2, then 1, 3, 3, 1, 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, and we could go down 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay, so those are actually going to give us our numbers. And so if I write that in, so this will be 1 from there, then we'll have 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. Okay, so that's one way of finding this thing. Okay, and this thing I'm talking about is NCR. Okay, so in your survival kits on page 22, there's a box which says how to find NCR, and this is method 1. So 1, use Pascal's triangle. Now obviously, if you're trying to do it for a really big number, so we're just trying to do it for 5, that's fine, but if it was 15 here, then we wouldn't do it this way, because we'd be writing such a big triangle. It's kind of a waste of time. So let's explain a bit more what this means, this thing. Okay, so the n, that n is this number here. So in this case it was 5. And that c means choose. And then the r is, so for example, okay, this term here is 5, choose 0. And this term here is, oh, that should be a little 5. Okay, and then this one will be 5, choose 1. This one will be 5, choose 2. This one is 5, choose 3. And that one is 5, choose 4. And this one is 5, choose 5. Okay, so this is how we write it. Looks a bit weird. So 2 other methods you need to know. Okay, so firstly, the formula NCR equals n factorial over r factorial times n take r factorial. Okay, and factorial means, for example, 3 factorial equals 1 times 2 times 3. 4 factorial is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4. And fortunately, there's a factorial button on your calculator. But better yet, there's actually an NCR button on your calculator. So depending on what calculator you've got, have a look for that. And that you'll just need to type it in each time to find these numbers. Okay, so now to do an example, we've got something that looks like this. This is our A. Let's say A equals 1. This is our B, so B equals minus 3x. Got to make sure we include the minus. And this is our N equals 4. Okay, so then we can say, if we expand it, first we'll have, right, so we'll have 4, which is N, choose 0, A to the, oh wait, we can put in that that's 1, so 1 to the 4, and then minus 3x to the 0, plus 4, choose 1, 1 to the 3, minus 3x to the 1, plus 4, choose 2, 1 squared, minus 3x squared, plus 4, choose 3, 1 to the 1 times minus 3x cubed, plus 4, choose 4, 1 to the 0, minus 3x to the 4. Okay, right. So you can either practice finding these out with your calculator, or we actually know them because it's the 4th line of Pascal's triangle, which goes 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. Okay, right, so that's a 1, that's a 1, and then this, anything to the 0 is 1, so that's 1 as well. Okay, and then 4 choose 1 is 4, so we've got 4, 1, and then that's minus 3x. Okay, next one is 6, 1, and then minus 3 squared. So this is really important. It's not minus 3x squared. This is a really common mistake to make. It's 9x squared. Okay, plus 4, choose 3, so that's 4. And let's put some brackets around that. Yeah, 4, 1, and then now it's minus 3x. Minus, well, what's minus 3? So that's minus 27x cubed plus 1. That's 1 times 3 to the 4 is 81x to the 4. Okay, and then our final line will be to simplify. So we get 1 plus, oh no wait, 1 minus 12x plus 6 times 9, 54x squared minus, okay, 27 times 4 is 108x cubed plus 81x to the 4. Okay, and that's our final answer. Okay, now one final thing to think about when they use the word coefficient. So for example, the coefficient of x squared is this number. How many x squareds do we have? And the coefficient of x cubed is minus 108, and the coefficient of x to the 4 is 81. The coefficient of 12 of x is minus 12, and so on and so forth. So it might just ask you to find the coefficient of such and such.